Okay, I have mixed up a color from Amazonite, which is a Daniel Smith color. And I am just laying a wash over this entire thing, over the entire bird, just to soften these feather marks, which I think are a little too severe. And the Amazonite I mixed with turquoise, just to soften it. I may even put a little bit of it in here, just where this is a little darker. And that just gives us some continuity in here. Because he was looking a little too green on the green side. Amazonite is a beautiful color. A lot of Daniel Smith's colors are lovely colors. Some of them are just common mixes that you can easily make yourself. Cobalt teal is also a really lovely turquoise color. I like that better. I think that's softer. He does have a little yellow spot there. And these all do meet, so in a very irregular fashion where the feathers connect to each other. And I see a little bit of this color up in here, so I'm just going to drop that in just to make it more interesting. Under there. Maybe a little bit under here. If you get a hair on your from your brush on your painting, if you can't easily lift it out, just leave it, and then take it out when the painting's dry. All right, that I like better. That's looking better. This color's called light gray, but it's really not light gray, but it's called light gray. And I love the grays. Senoyer makes some of the most beautiful grays that you've ever seen. And they are my go-to gray paint when I don't mix it myself. Normally I teach with a limited palette, but on this class we're venturing out and using a lot of different colors, so I think it's kind of fun to introduce you to some of these new colors, or colors that I use often in my paintings. That actually would look really good in that log, or the branch, or whatever it is he's standing on here. So I think I'll just carry some of that in there. Give it some texture. Kind of underneath, and ground him to the log. And generally I tend to make the edges of the painting darker, just to carry your eye into the painting. So probably do that over here as well. Okay, so I kind of like that. I think we're going to push this red-orange a little darker in there. And I may do that just with a liner brush. Let's see if I can get those little marks in there. The way his hair, the feathers are coming down. So much of painting is just being able to see what you're painting and then translate that from your brain to your hand, basically. Which is always a challenge. He does have a little area right here. I do want this darker around his eye. Birds do have layered, their feathers are in layers. So there'll be a layer here. There'll be another layer down underneath here. To mimic those is always the challenge. This is pretty. He's got a lot of hair. I keep calling it hair, of feathers right around his eye. So, and we really want that eye to pop out anyway, so the darker we make it around there, the better. Okay, I'm liking that better. This is not my favorite liner brush. This is a brush by Gumbacher. It's not a bad little brush. It's called a Golden Edge. I think I'm going to take a little more yellow and come down on this. Once we get this masking fluid off, we'll be able to work on that a little bit more. So I think at this point I'm going to stop and let this dry and evaluate what else I might want to do on him. I'm probably going to, once I get the masking fluid off, I'll go back in here and really work that better. But he is almost done. So I think we will we'll get the masking fluid off and we will be back. We are back finishing this little Finch. This is where the light is hitting his foot. So we're just making that a little brighter. Color of his beak is actually very much more of a bright orange. So I'm going to go in here with, this is transparent pyrrole orange. But now I've taken the masking fluid off, so we need to go over our blues and our other colors and just soften them in a little bit, like that, just to give the hint. And to soften that masking fluid. I don't like leaving masking fluid harsh like that. That's better. And now we'll go back in with our purple mixture. And this is Mineral Violet, but because it's lighter, well, I say that, but it needs to be a little bit washier than that. That will go back in and also soften these feather areas here. As you can see, where you've done the masking fluid, even though you put the same color over the top, it's still lighter color. So it gives you the illusion of a highlight. And this is a little too bold, so let's knock that back. And I need to add this little bit of blue, which is right in here. And I want to brighten this up a little bit as well. Just to give it a brighter look. It's very colorful. He's a very colorful little bird. It's really lovely. All right, and I'm going to take that same phthalo blue, and I'm going to go back in here and brighten this up a bit. And then I'm going to soften that with clean water. Actually put the clean water in and then drop the blue in there. Giving the illusion of feathers here. We don't want that too far down there. And it's just making him a little brighter colored. Okay, I like that better. Actually going to put a little bit of a more definite blue in here and in here, because it's good to separate the feathers. Feathers are darker generally where they meet underneath things, and they get lighter as they come to the edge. So you always want to kind of keep that illusion so that you have the actual illusion of the feathers. I like that much better. All right, I'm not seeing a lot that's left to be done. I think maybe just the tiniest bit of making this brighter in here, and that's with a new gamboge. Just brightening this up a bit. And I'm going to come back in here with a little more definition here and there, just to give the illusion of feathers. Soften this lines a little bit. Some of these. He has a separation here between this and there's a shadow up under here. It's a little darker. Give his toe a little more definition. Okay, I like that better. And I want to soften the transition between these. There. Alright. Then we'll blot that off. A little bit, put that in there again. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please subscribe to our channel. It helps us to grow. And give us a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thank you.